Hey, welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. We've got Todd Bowles talking today. There's a press conference. This is the first day of training camp. So this was a few days ago. Now, I adjusted the audio so that you can hear the reporters asking their questions. Take that for what it's worth. But let's see. What do we got?
He's been like that for a while now. Until he's out here, I really couldn't tell you.
I have no idea who he's talking about there. The reporter's question was not on the live cam. They started it, and it was just like, wow. So I have no idea.
Todd, do you plan for Devin to practice at all these next couple of days, or is that going to just be...
Not for 2 days, no. I mean, we'll run tests and do all the lifting and running stuff inside, and he'll be ready for training camp.
Okay, so he was talking about Devin White there. Devin, this is mandatory minicamp, and Devin White is not doing anything. He's just showed up, which I guess is a good thing. The concern I have with it is Devin White is sitting out. He's not ready, or they said he wasn't ready. That's the excuse they're using. They were just making sure he's physically fine, which, I'm like, why does he get a pass when everybody else has to show up physically ready to go? Don't understand what's going on with that. Let's not forget Todd Bowles. I think Devin White is one of Todd Bowles' favorite players, so he's going to get special treatment no matter what.
I was pick from Sebastian Dennis. How's his progress been, and maybe getting more reps as a result of the linebackers not being here as well?
He's got a ton of reps. He's getting a lot of reps at both spots, so he's picking it up pretty good, and that's hard to do, to come in as a rookie and pick up both spots, but he's a smart football player, and it's starting to slow down for him.
Ryan Jensen has some limited work because he's not with the group work. Is there a reason you're kind of holding him out?
Yeah, again, physically seeing where he is and getting the mental test done and the physical test done for him.
Did he just say mental test? He's talking about Ryan Jensen. He hasn't obviously done a whole lot during practice here, but he said a mental test and a physical test done. Oh, that's all of that.
Being cautious too with him because of the injury.
Definitely.
Anybody not here?
Everybody's here.
Todd, if you had a chance to talk to Devin, what's his mindset? He had said he wanted to be traded. Is he beyond that now? Is he with you all year? What is this?
The reporter there is asking, that the volume on that one's really low, asking what Devin White's mindset is, if he's ready to play or whatever.
His mindset is good. I mean, it's just business. That's part of it. That takes care of itself. He'll be ready for training camp, and he'll be good to go.
Defense had some picks today. Just talk about the progress they had against his offense.
Offense had some good plays, but you're not going to win many games turning the ball over, and we stressed that after practice. You're happy for the defensive guys, but you're not happy from an offensive standpoint. It negates all the good things they've done, but, this is what camp is for.
Now, they're saying that the defense got some interceptions, basically some good plays against the offense. So you see this at training camp all the time. Defense gets a bunch of interceptions, and everybody's like, oh, I think it was a couple years ago or last year, can't remember, where our defense, no, this was in 2019. Our defense was just getting all these interceptions, and everybody was like, ooh, our defense is going to be awesome as far as interceptions are concerned. But it turns out that it was really because Jameis Winston was so bad at interceptions. That's the year he broke the record for interceptions. I think it was 30. And you see that in training camp this year. Apparently the offense is starting off throwing interceptions. And I'll say this, I've watched a little bit of Baker Mayfield film, and he's going to be a turnover machine, I think. He's going to be up there with Jameis Winston, unless he's gotten that under control. There's a couple things I don't like about it, but we'll talk about that later.
We've seen Philo very consistently there at left guard as a starter. Do you think of him as a starter? Is that his job to lose, kind of, if you will?
Right now.
That was talking about Matt Filer playing left guard, and
now it's his job to lose. Yes,
it's his job to lose.
Todd, is there a difference between the mentality of what's going on in OTAs and then when you get everybody here for mandatory minicamp and what you're trying to accomplish, install, or so on and so forth?
No, it's the same for us. It's just an extension of OTAs. You still don't have pads on. You can't hit anybody. We get more meeting time, which is really the main thing, but the practices are similar.
Todd, we see teams across the league that aren't holding mandatory minicamp or skip rookie minicamp or skip OTAs. Does that surprise you that teams aren't kind of taking full use of all the practices available?
No, I mean, some guys, that's the way they coach and that's the way they think. We got to worry about ours. You know, we're still installing a new offense is what we're worried about and getting some people in here to learn that. So we continue to go with it. But I see efforts on both parts.
How would you characterize the progress of both your quarterbacks with Kyle and Baker?
Learning. I mean, learning, getting the system, everything. Everybody's here now, so they got everybody intact. Getting used to Mike and Chris, getting used to the running game, getting used to Dave calling it, but they're making progress.
Now, this is one place where Baker Mayfield definitely has a huge advantage over Kyle Trask because Dan Canales is using a system that Baker Mayfield is somewhat familiar with, having been with the Rams last year. So that's why I'm pretty sure Baker Mayfield's going to be the starter because he's just, if besides the veteran aspect of the field generalship, he's got the experience in this system to a degree. So that's going to give him a leg up on Kyle Trask.
They showing the biggest growth, do you think?
Just understanding the offense and making audibles at the line of scrimmage.
Are you upset that you don't have to prepare for Dalvin Cook in the opener cup?
Well, anytime you're happy to get rid of one, the other one usually comes in worse than that. So, I'll tell you after the game.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Dalvin Cook, he's not going to be with the Vikings week 1 when we play them. So I think it's Madison is their starting running back right now. He's pretty good too. So just because you lose one lose the big dog doesn't mean the little dogs aren't going to grow into big dogs.
You brought another kicker in here to compete. What do you like about Blankenship?
He was very productive in the past. We needed another kicker in here. McLaughlin can't kick every day, and Blankenship has made some big kicks, and he's made some consistent kicks. So, competition doesn't hurt anybody.
I will never understand the kicker rotation in the NFL. It's like you get a kicker, he usually only stays with you for a year, 2 years, maybe 3 or something like that. And then you get rid of him, and then another team picks him up. And kickers are just bandied about in the NFL. It's strange. I don't understand it. If he's not good with another team, why do you think he's going to be good with you? But it just seems like they pass these kickers around. I don't get it. Like Suckup was fine. I don't know why we got rid of him. We got rid of him. Now we're going to try and replace him with somebody that can kick, more consistent, 150 or over 50 or whatever. It's just, I don't know. It's weird, strange. I'll never understand the kicker carousel in the NFL.
It's meant to have Shaq Barrett out here, knowing all that he's been through.
Shaq.
And that's a testament to him. Shaq's one of the mentally toughest character guys I know. To have him out here still trying to get ready, I'm sure it's not easy, but he's handling it, and we're behind him.
Shaq Barrett, besides the injury he sustained last year, horrible. His daughter passed away, drowned in the swimming pool during off season, and just the fact that he's out there is incredible to me. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Todd, who are any of the offense or defensive undrafted rookie free agents that have caught your eye so far?
In shorts and T-shirt, I would say none. I want to see how they do in pads. There's some interesting guys that flashed. Isaac from Alabama State has flashed here.
Isaac from Alabama State? Who is that? Do we know who he's talking about there?
Here and there, enough to look at him in pads, and Marquise has flashed at outside backer, a couple of offensive linemen when you see the pads on, and so we'll get to see him then.
So it sounds like those are the undrafted rookies or undrafted free agents that they're possibly going to keep through training camp for a while. See what they got.
I know that it wasn't 100% attendance at OTAs, and he's only been out here a day, but through up until this point, who do you think has made the biggest jump so far at any position?
I don't think anybody's made a bigger jump. I think people have gotten smarter, understanding how to play their position, but you got to wait till pads for all that stuff to come on and say we made the biggest jump. You can't play touch football, then go out and play tackle and be a different guy. we'll see who's consistent, and we'll make that decision then.
In years past, Jason has always found a guy late, during the offseason going into training camp, a veteran to bring in. Do you anticipate that happening again this year? Do you guys have the ability financially to bring a veteran presence in?
If we have that ability and we feel the need to, I'm sure we keep turning over stones and see who fits us, and if we need that spot, we'll turn it over.
What gives you the most confidence, Todd, that the run game will be more efficient this season?
Just the chemistry starting out. The chemistry starting out. You want it to be more different. I'll be more confident once it happens in pads, but I see the cohesiveness coming together right now, so that's a plus for us, and everybody's learning the same thing at the same time, so the communication's been good.
Could Canales' scheme make a difference also in terms of the run game?
It could make a scheme. It could make a difference, basically, but if somebody's taking away the run and we have to throw, we're able to do that too, so we'd like to run it more. You say you want to run it more, but essentially you got to take what the team's giving you to win the ball game.
Now, if you're not familiar, I did a video showing the difference between the Buccaneers run scheme that we've ran since Arians has been here and what Dan Canales is going to run, the mid-zone as opposed to the gap scheme that we ran. So I think it's going to be it's definitely going to be a much different run game. I'm happy about it because I complained for years, but especially last year. It was just too complex. It was too many moving parts, and especially last year with all the rookies we had, the young guys and the new guys we had on the offensive line. It was just too complex for that. I think this year the run game is going to be much better. I don't think it's going to be anything fantastic. We'll see if Rachaad White. This run scheme is going to be much more running back dependent. So we'll see if they if it is much better as I predict.
Can you speak on any progress that Zion McCollum might have made here in this offseason so far?
Zion McCollum.
Game slowed down for him. I think mentally he's in a different place, understanding how the game is slowed down. He's playing faster. He doesn't have to use his speed for everything. He can see it with his eyes and his technique, and it's slowed down for him this camp.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Baker will be here in a moment.
All right, so there we go. We got it. The Todd Bowles talking about the training camp and all the guys showing up. So it looks like we got a new kicker. Feeler's going to be starting at left guard. The run game is going to be totally different. And Todd Bowles is basically saying, look, this type of practice is just installing stuff and doing meetings. You really can't tell anything with these guys on this style of practice. It won't be till you get training camp with the pads on that you're really going to be able to tell who's doing what and who's better. So, guys, there we go. We got it. Mandatory minicamp is over. Next thing we got coming up is training camp at the end of July. So, there you go. Till next time, go Bucs.